let me tell you a story about AWE 2. On July 2nd in Adelaide, Australia, this historic tournament will happen. It will be the collection of a group of men that have dedicated much of their life, their energy, their thoughts, and their commitments to the sport of arm wrestling. For these men that will be competing at AWE 2, this is more than simply an arm wrestling match. It's an opportunity to display progress. It's an opportunity to show the world how hard they have trained, what they have overcome to be here on this day. Arm wrestling is often overlooked in the world of sport. It's not one of the big ones. It's not filled with glory and fame and money like so many other sports can be. So for the athletes that compete in such a sport, they do it for different reasons. They do it for the reason that exists inside. The feeling of combat, the adrenaline rush of victory, the agony of defeat. All of these emotions that are felt on the stage of AWE 2. They draw a man back to what it is to be a man. To conquer a difficult hurdle. To battle despite being told you're weak. To press forward into a difficult situation and overcome those barriers. AWE 2 is more than simply an arm wrestling match, and it's set to ignite the Adelaide Oval on July 2nd. The tournament will kick off with a special match. Rhett Downward of Australia will take on South Africa's Las Bota. Both of these guys hungry to make a mark on the sport. Both of these guys are on the fringe of being considered the best in their country. Both of these gentlemen will want this victory. We move then on to a very special match. Ethan Tunstall up against Hamza Hodzic for the youth title. That's right, an AWE belt will be on the line. Hamza Hodzic is the defending champion of the under-21s division, and he is considered by so many here an incredible, dangerous man. His back pressure pronation, his offense is enormous, he's explosive, and he is the champion. Ethan Tunstall, the challenger, an absolute technician, a student of the sport who has studied so hard and understood what it is to be an arm wrestler. We then move on to Josh Barker up against Thomas Fitzy, Australia up against New Zealand, the champions of the lightweight division of these two nations, the best each country has to offer. The explosive press from Josh Barker will be met at the middle by Thomas Fitzy. Both of these athletes, ferocious presses with speed and commitment. We then move on to a super heavyweight battle between a former Australian national champion Doug Fatafi up against Lachlan Carpenter. Both of these gentlemen, enormous muscularity and explosivity from go. Doug Fatafi, a hooker, Lachlan Carpenter, a top roller. There's emotion in this one for both of these men. Doug's return, Lachlan's rise. Which will conquer? We then have Mario Tambakis up against Rickard Bornman. Mario Tambakis out of the Sydney club, a tried and tested athlete here in Australia. A multiple national champion. He is not only strong, he is crafty and all-round talented. Rickard Bornman, the South African juggernaut, makes his professional debut in the sport. This man full of so much promise. Is he the next big thing? We will find out. We then have Marcus Atirai against Gunter Zbykovs. This is a battle of giants. Marcus Atirai at 165 kilos, Gunter Zbykovs at around 125. Gunter's is the current AWE heavyweight champion. Marcus Atirai threw his last two opponents off the table with ease, and he intends on doing the same thing against the Latvian. You'll then see me. I will take on Artem Taranenko. An old rival and friend of mine. We will throw down, and we're going to find out exactly who is the man. We conclude with two massive main events. Lachlan Adair up against Jordan Sill. That's Australia up against USA. A huge match with Lachlan Adair intending on making a stand, Jordan Sill coming to wreck the party. And the main event of the day is nothing short of world elite. Todd Hutchins, a six-time world champion. He's done it all, the side pressure king. He faces Matai Iwarangi Heta Morris, the man who has never been defeated by another New Zealander. These guys will clash. AWE 2, July 2nd.